When I was a little girl, my mother was a boxer, and my first memory is her circling this grown-ass man like a shark with red gloves on her hands, and I remember watching her foot smash into his face, and I watched his blood, and it was red, 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 but I was never afraid of her. I was in awe, and maybe that's why my dad never told me that if a boy pulled my pigtails, I should marry him. Why my mom taught me how to punch with keys between my knuckles in a way that wouldn't hurt me, but the rest of the world didn't. They told me that the boy who pushed me on the ground loved me, that if I fought back, I was feisty. My brother and I both inherited my father's temper, but when he fights, he's not feisty, he's terrifying. And I never wanted anyone to be afraid of me, but when people ask me what it is that I want to do, and I say I want to go to law school because I believe our laws operate in an arena of pain and death, and that I want to change justice back to justice from revenge, people watch me, and I watch their eyes travel from my face right down to my chest, and they say, "You? Really?" And somehow my anger, my intellectual, righteous, educated anger becomes adorable, becomes something cute, and it makes me wish that I looked like my brother, who is 6'2" and broad-shouldered, and people always get the hell out of his way, and no one would dream of asking him if he could detach himself long enough to fight. I remember when I was young, I was probably 8, maybe 9, and I remember finding my mom's hot pink boxing shorts. I always thought they were so cool because my mom was just like the Pink Ranger. She could wear hot pink and still fuck up your face. I finally asked her what I wondered for years. "Mama, how'd you win all those fights? You were small, you were blonde, you were a woman, you're a mom." And she looked at me and she gave me this secret smile, and she tugged on my nappy blonde hair that I never wanted to brush, and she didn't make me. And she looked me in her eyes on my face, and she said, "Baby, all good fights come down to who wants it more." So when you ask me, you, really, when your eyes move from my face to my chest, or when I'm talking to you, or when that boy on the playground called me a sissy, I didn't send him a Valentine, I threw him on the ground. And I've never heard a boy in my class start an answer with, "I'm probably wrong, I'm sorry." But every time one of my sisters speaks, she starts with an apology. But I was always told to strike out the passive and swallow the aggressive and breathe it out like fire, even if it melts the skin off of your bones. I live my life with keys between my fingers that my mama taught me how to use, and my daddy taught me how to throw a mean right hook and how to turn a bottle of beer into a weapon in 3 seconds. But they also taught me how to protect those that I care about. They taught me how to fight for people who might not always have the fight in them. And they taught me that a fight of injustice is always and will be and always has been my fight. And when it comes down to it, I will always want it more than you. And I may not wear my mother's hot pink shorts or those red gloves, but I've got her eyes on my face. Maybe I'll never break your nose, and I promise that whatever fight it is, wherever it may be, I'm always gonna want it more than you, and I will never be afraid. So while your eyes roam my body instead of your ears listening to my brain come out of my mouth, I just hear my mama in my head telling me, "Baby, it comes down to who wants it more. Every good fight comes down to who wants it more." And I know that I'll give you a hell of a fight because I will always want it more than you. And I try so hard to keep that secret smile of hers off my face every time I beat you because I wanted it so much more.